Now we're going to talk about second order equations. What do I mean by second order equations? I mean that they contain an x squared. So they could also contain an x to the power 1, but they contain an x squared. And that means that they have up to 2 possible answers. Up to 2 possible answers. So if we have x squared equals 4, then it could be that x squared is equal to 2 times 2, or it could be x squared is equal to minus 2 times minus 2. So both of those equal 4. And if we have a more complicated expression, then or equation, then that still holds true. There are up to 2 possible answers. So how do we deal with that? First of all, we put the equation into this format. So it's ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So this a, b, c, these are numerical values that you get by rearranging the equation into this order. So have everything equal to 0. And then you use the quadratic formula, which I expect you to know. And that is that x is equal to minus b plus or minus, so that's where we get the 2 different answers from, b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So we get these numbers and we plug them into the quadratic formula, and that will give us up to 2 answers for x. And then what you do is I want you to put the values back into the original equation and to make sure that you've got it right. Okay. Now if we're missing a value of x, or so see here, this is just numbers on their own without any x's, and that means that b or c equals 0. So 0 times x gives you 0, so that would make the x disappear, if you like. So that's how you deal with that. Alright, so let me work through an example for you to show what I mean. So how about if we got 3x squared plus 10x plus 3 is equal to 0. And if it doesn't look like this, then you rearrange it so it looks like that. So what's going on? So this 3 here, that's our A. The 10, that's our B. And the 3, that's our C. Okay, so the number that's with the x squared, that's A. Number that's with x, that's B. Number without an x, that is C. So now I just need to use the quadratic formula. So x equals minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, that whole thing over 2a. So in this case, x equals minus 10 plus or minus square root of 10 squared minus 4, what's a? 3, then c is also 3. So that whole thing all over 2 times, what's a? 3. Cool, so now we just need to work that out, do all the calculations. So x is minus 10 plus or minus the square root of 10 squared is 100 minus 36. If we multiply that whole thing together, all over 6. So x is equal to minus 10 plus or minus square root of 64 all over 6. So x is equal to minus 10 plus or minus 8 all over 6. So this plus or minus, that means that either x equals minus 10 plus 8 over 6, which means that x would be minus 2 over 6, or minus 1/3, or x is equal to minus 10 minus 8 all over 6, which would make it minus 18 over 6, or minus 3. So these are the two possible values that we can plug into here, and that'll make this whole expression equal 0. So let's just check that, make sure we've got it right. So here are our two answers. So let's write out the equation. So 3x squared plus 10x plus 3 equals 0. So for this first answer, that would be 3 times minus 1/3 squared plus 10 times minus 1/3 plus 3 equals 0, which should mean that this is so minus 1/3. Yeah, let's put this in green. Okay, so that would be 3 times 1/9 plus minus 10 over 3 plus 3 equals 0. So that would make it, so to add these together we need to give them a common denominator, which would be 9. So 3/9, excuse me, minus 30/9 plus 27/9 is equal to 0. So indeed that would give us minus 27/9 plus 27/9 equals 0. So 0 equals 0, correct. And then we can do the same one in the other one in the same way. So 3x squared plus 10x equals 0. So in this case we'd have 3 times minus 3 plus 10 times minus 3 plus 3 equals 0. So that would give us minus 9. Oh, sorry, this is squared, so that would be 3 times 9 minus 30 plus 3 is 0. So that would be 27 minus 30 plus 3 equals 0. So again, that would give me 27 minus 27 equals 0. 0 equals 0, so that's correct. So that's how you do it.